All in on 3. 1, 2, 3. All in.
Lifts it into the box. Headed in. Sabufu strikes first for the Red Bulls.
We have a really good mantra here of trusting young players and giving young players opportunity. And last year, as the season went on, you build a rapport and you build a connection with players. With a set of lineups, players are playing multiple games together. And as the playoffs went on, we trusted that.
Cuts it back. Kasule, what a stop! But the second one is hit home.
The biggest thing that contributed to the success of last season was the implementation of the style overall. The connection of the structure defensively or against the ball, the way that the group bought into those ideas, and then connecting the structure and the work we did against the ball to then create more opportunities in transition.
Places it in. Kasule shuts the door. And New York notches a spot in the semifinals.
I think where we reached last year was a big one for the players, and now they are the players, they can see what they have been doing, the work they put in, and then to go to the next step. The success coming with what they are doing, and the achievement was that.
Hold on, giveaway here, picked up by Julian Hall, plays it outside, back into Hall, Julian Hall gets it right back for the Red Bulls!
And in the last game, one of the things that really caught our eye is some of you really young players that came into the game were the ones that changed the game.
A historic first-team debut for him last Saturday. Now a big moment for him in Next Pro this weekend.
Some of the lessons we took from that were getting those young players opportunities earlier in that game, because they were the ones that almost turned the game around in that loss, and some of the guys that turned the game around in the win against Chicago.
For this year, so far in preseason, I think there's a lot of excitement around the group. Definitely a lot of new faces, especially from the academy. A lot of really young guys. I mean, I'm 23 now. I think there's almost a 10-year gap between me and the youngest player.
The players coming in, I think they're going to add on what we want exactly. And I think they're going to bring a lot of impact with our players and what we want to achieve this year.
Last season when we started, we were still building this team, and we built it pretty much throughout the year. We didn't really have a preseason with the group last year. When you look at it now, the guys that we've added last season, later in the year, now are the leaders of the group. There's one player that is not a new player, but he had a big injury last year. His name is Steve Serwada. I see him as an integral part of the group because he understands the philosophy. He's played in the first team. He's old enough to be mentor to some of the young guys, but he's young enough to be in Red Bull 2 at this moment and provide a lot of opportunities for us to not only win games, but to develop the whole group.
My expectations for myself this year is to see I go back on top, and I'll try to lift the team as a leader, as a player, with the experience from the first team and stuff.
So we're definitely trying new things within our system. Obviously, high press and those things kind of stay the same, but they're really implementing a lot more things on the ball, and I think we're really getting a good grasp of that. I was able just to see on the sideline, and I was very impressed with some of the things we were doing on the ball, so it's definitely a positive.
The guys are locked in together, the staff is doing a great job. We really know where we're going and where we're heading.
Keep fighting together, keep supporting each other. Let's go. Let's look like a Red Bull team today. Come on.
The most important is the guys, how they came back. I think the end of the year now, the team, we didn't lose a lot of guys. I think we stayed with the core we have, and now we are introducing the young players coming from the 17 coming up. I think this is good for us. Our main goal is to see the players the pathway to go to the first team. This is the main goal for us, to develop them to understanding when they have a chance to be in the first team.
For us, that's our ultimate goal, right? We're working with all the players we can. We want to win games, we want to win the league, that's our objective. But more than anything, we need to develop players to play in our first team. And how do we repeat that? How do we create the next Kasule and the next opportunity for players to go from Red Bull 2 to train with the first team and then go into first team matches?